G'day everyone and welcome to my art channel Brushes with Beck. In today's video I am going to be doing some little test swatches and sampling of some new colour pencils that I bought myself recently. I bought both the Caran Luminance and the Derwent Lightfast pencils in just a few colours. I think I've got about 9 of the Luminance and about 13 of the Derwent Lightfast. And I just picked a few colours that looked different to what I already had in my set of polychromos and my Derwent drawing pencils, just to try them out, see how I liked the feel of them, and to get more of a colour range available for me to use. Now I started out with the Caran Luminance on the left hand side here. The second pencil that I'm using there is I think called Castle Earth. I found that one to be very scratchy, which quite surprised me. Didn't feel very pleasant, but it still looked smooth on the paper, looked like it went down well. It just didn't feel like it went down very well, even after sharpening. So just laying in those colours, you can see I've got a lot of neutral tones, nothing too richly coloured, too darkly coloured, because I find a lot of the polychromos pencils, especially in the browns, even the lighter tan browns, they're all very strong. So I wanted to sort of get some more muted colours for a lot of those underlayers and similar things to that. So the Luminance quite surprised me. I think they're meant to be a wax-based pencil, but they didn't feel like a wax-based pencil at all. They were very smooth, but I personally wouldn't describe them as creamy when compared to my Derwent drawing pencils, which lay down very creamy and are very clearly wax-based when you lay them on. So they actually go down probably more smoothly than my Derwent drawing pencils, which is quite nice. Now this row that I'm working on now is the Derwent Lightfast pencils that I bought. Similar sort of muted colour tones, like nothing too strong except that brighter purple there. It looks more pink on the video, but it is a purple colour. There is a couple of purples similar to that in the polychromos range, but they are not Lightfast at all. So I picked up a couple of colours that were similar, but different. So the black I've included at the bottom of the 2 rows of Derwent Lightfast because I wanted to compare it to the chocolate, which is at the bottom of the middle row. And to be honest, the chocolates look darker than the black on the paper to my eye, but whether that's correct or not, I'm not sure. Now what you see me doing here is I actually got my colour chart of my polychromos and I'm holding it up to some of those colour swatches to compare if I've got similar colours in the set or not. Setting down a bit of colour from some Derwent drawing pencils or some of the Faber-Castell polychromos pencils just to compare those colours side by side. I haven't done it thoroughly with all of them, but some of them are very close in colour. I think that's the beige red of the Faber-Castell polychromos and the salmon of the Derwent Lightfast that are quite similar. Is it called salmon? It is called salmon. But overall, both pencils went down very easily. I want to say that perhaps the Luminance went down a little bit more smoothly than the Derwent Lightfast did. But it's really hard to tell just from really quick little swatches like this. Now the paper on the left is Fabriano Artistico hot pressed watercolour paper. And then I've also gotten a little piece of Canson Matance paper out. This is the reversed side, the smooth grain side, just to test out how these pencils lay down on a more textured paper as well. So I did notice that yellow ochre of the Derwent Lightfast and the Derwent drawing is basically identical, which, I mean, it does make sense. It is the same pencil range. So I'm quite surprised that I actually picked that one up because I did use a colour chart to select my colours. There's an artist by the name of Caran. She has a colour pencil comparison chart of all the different colours from the different pencil ranges, comparing those colours so you can see which ones, where you are missing gaps in your colour range, and I selected my colours based on that, but obviously I've either accidentally written down the wrong colour or the colour chart isn't quite as accurate as it could be based on scanned in pencil swatches. So just doing a few little tests, a little bit of blending, a little bit of fur texture, putting colours over the top of each other. Nothing too stringent. I'm being very loose, very messy, just trying to get a little bit of a feel for these pencils. I do love the Luminance, the way they lay down. The pencils to me, overall, they are lighter in weight than say the Derwent drawing pencils. but they go down very smoothly. They did not feel like a wax-based pencil to me at all, but that could be beneficial in the fact that maybe there won't be as much wax bloom like there is with the Derwent drawing pencils. So I did really like those. It just surprised me at the way they felt because it's not what I was expecting. So I have to work out something that I can draw to try these out on with just using these pencils specifically. But the limited colour range is going to make the options of what I can draw a little bit more challenging, but I'm going to find something where I can use just the Luminance and just the Derwent Lightfast to really give them a run for their money. So overall, pretty pleased with what I've tried so far. Very pleased with how they've gone down on the paper, except for that one colour, like I said, the Castle Earth. I did try and swatch that out a few more times and it was still just scratchy, and I don't know how to describe it other than loud. There was just something different about that pencil where it wasn't quite as smooth on the paper. So that's it from me for this video. Nothing too elaborate like I said in the beginning, but I do hope you've enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you again next week for another one. Stay creative.